Okay. Om Jnana-timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmitanjena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurvabhishta Shapurakam Guruganer Shisha Sambhushitam Chincha Samasta Veda Nipunam Shri Rupa Pantanugam Dasa Vrindavanam Bande Krishna Dasa Bhrum Tata Chanavatar Chaitanya Lila Vishtar Karino Do Nityananda Parabja Karunarena Bhushito Vyakta Chano Burachincho Vavande Vyasarupino Shri Guru Gaur Gandharva Govindas Cha Ganaisaha Jayanti Patakas Ch.Ch Sarvesham Gurunartina. So we are here at Ch.Ch. Saraswat, West London, and we are continuing with our hearing of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita at the feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Vaishnavas. So we have reached chapter 11 of the Madhya Leela. Mahaprabhu has returned from South India. We heard it in the previous chapter of his meeting with all the devotees, especially Sriyukta Damodar Goswami. And now we are going to hear of the Veda Kirtan pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Atyundandam Dandavam Gaur Chandra Kurvan Bhaktai Shri Jagannatha Gehe Nana Bhava Lankritanga Swadamna Chakre Vishwam Prima Vanya Nimagnam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu merged the entire world into the ocean of ecstatic love by performing his beautiful dances within the temple of Jagannath. He danced exquisitely and jumped high. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Arodin Sarvabhauma Kohe Prabhu Stane Aboidan Deho Jari Korini Vedane. The next day, Sarvabhauma requested Mahaprabhu to give him permission to submit a statement without fear. Prabhu kohe kahatumi nahi kichu boy, jogja hoile koribo ajogja hoile noi. The Lord gave the Bhattacharya assurance that he could speak without fear, but added that if his statement were suitable, he would accept it, and if it were not, he would reject it. Sarvabhauma kohe patrata parujarai, utkanta hoyache toma milibade chai. Sarvabhauma said, "There is a king named Prataparudra Rai. He is very anxious to meet you, and he wants your permission." Karne hastadiya prabhu smade narayan, Sarvabhauma kohokeno ajogja vachan. As soon as Mahaprabhu heard this proposal, he immediately covered his ears with his hands and said, "My dear Sarvabhauma, why are you requesting such an undesirable thing from me?" Virakta sannyasiyama rajadarashan, Sri darashan samishe bhakan. Since I am in the renounced order, it is as dangerous for me to meet a king as to meet a woman. To meet either would be just like drinking poison. Nishkinchanasya bhagavad bhajanon mukasya, param jigi mishor bhavasagarasya, sandarshanam vishayinam atayoshitam cha, ha hanta vishabhaksha nato pyasadu. Greatly lamenting, the Lord then informed Sarvabhauma, "Alas, for a person who is seriously desiring to cross the material ocean and engage in the transcendental loving service of the Lord without material motives, seeing a materialist engaged in sense gratification or seeing a woman who is similarly interested is more abominable than drinking poison willingly." Sarvabhauma kohe satya tomar vachan, Jagannatha sevak raja kintu bhaktotam. Sarvabhauma replied, "My dear Lord, what you have said is correct, but this king is not an ordinary king. He is a great devotee and servant of Lord Jagannath." Prabhu kohe tatapi raja kalo sarpakar kashtanadi sparshe jaiche upaje vikar. Mahaprabhu said, although it is correct that the king is a great devotee, he is still to be considered a venomous snake. Similarly, even though a woman be made of wood, one becomes agitated simply by touching her form. Akarad abhibetavyam strinam vishayinam api yata her manasak shobas tata tasya kriter api. Just as one is immediately frightened upon seeing a live serpent or even the form of a serpent, one endeavoring for self-realization should similarly fear a materialistic person and a woman. Indeed, he should not even glance at their bodily features. Aiche bata punarapi mukena nibe kahajari tobe ama etana dekibe. But Ch.Ch, if you continue to speak like this, you will never see me here again. Therefore, you should never let such a request come from your mouth. Boe paya sarva boma nija gore gela vasai giya bata charja chintita hoila. Being afraid, Sarvabhauma returned home and began to meditate on the matter. Henokale prataparuja purushottame haila patramitra sangeraja darashane cholila. At this time, Maharaj Prataparudra arrived at Jagannath Puri and, accompanied by his secretaries, ministers, and military officers, went to visit the temple of Lord Jagannath. So it's mentioning in the purport, Maharaj Prataparudra used to live in Cuttack, which was his capital. And so he's coming to, which is close, not so far from Puri. So now he's coming to visit Puri, visit the Jagannath temple. Ramanandaraya ila Gajapati sange pratame prabhureasi milila bahurange. When King Prataparudra returned to Jagannath Puri, Ramananda Rai came with him. Ramananda Rai immediately went to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with great pleasure. Rai pranati koilo Prabhu koilo alingan dui jane prema veshe koden krandan. Upon meeting Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ramananda offered his obeisances. The Lord embraced him, and both of them began to cry in the great ecstasy of love. Rai sange Prabhu deki sneha vyavahar sarva bhakta gane mane hoilo chamatkar. Seeing Mahaprabhu's intimate dealings with Sri Ramananda Rai, all the devotees there were astonished. So it's quite, there's quite a clear contrast that's being made here because, it's saying that Prataparudra and Ramananda, they're coming to Puri at the same time. And Ramananda, he's more or less in the same position as King Prataparudra. He's not exactly like a king, but he's someone who's empowered by the king, and he's been ruling this province in South India like a king. But whereas Mahaprabhu is showing his social duty in rejecting Prataparudra's request to meet him, he's completely disregarding all of that when it comes to Ramananda, because they have such an intimate, loving relationship. and there's different layers to Mahaprabhu's rejection of Prataparudra. There is the social element that at the time there was this type of expectation of sannyasis. That you live extremely strict, extremely austere, extremely renounced lives. Srila Sridhar Maharaj mentioned that the Mayavad sannyasis, they put a lot of emphasis on renunciation. And he mentioned, so that was one reason why Rup and Sanatana and the Goswamis lived such austere lives, because otherwise people wouldn't take them seriously, because the Mayavads were living according to a particular standard. And so there was that expectation of this is what spiritual practitioners are like, this is how they behave. So in order to be given credibility, you would have to live like that. And of course, for the devotees, it doesn't make any difference if they live, with wealth or without it. So, whatever is more suitable for their preaching mission, for Mahaprabhu's preaching mission, they're adopting that.
So when Ramananda Roy met Mahaprabhu, and he was still in the position of governor, right?
When they met in South India, yeah.
And when he came back to Puri, then he had given up his post, right?
He's coming to give Mahaprabhu that news that the king has graciously allowed me to retire from my duties. But still, up to that point, that's been his whole life. So it is an extraordinary thing. When they meet on the banks of the Godavari, Mahaprabhu and Ramananda forget themselves and they embrace each other, and the whole entourage of Ramananda is in shock. Why is this sannyasi embracing this this Shudra, this materialist, So so that's one layer of Mahaprabhu's attitude towards Prataparuja, because it is a social expectation. But then on the other hand, we can also draw from his comments that although we may not apply that nowadays, in the culture that we're in nowadays, and especially being a part of the preaching mission of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, still we will have internally, we will try to keep some care. We have to guard our own faith. And if we do need to associate with persons who are extremely materialistic, then we have to be careful not to come under that influence. We want to give our association to such persons rather than to take it. And that association doesn't just mean meeting people, but in the form of reading or watching television or movies or whatever. All kinds of ideals are being celebrated in the world, and if we expose ourselves to them, then inevitably we will be influenced by their narrative.
It's very easy with Facebook in the name of looking for devotional activities, and especially with this pandemic, that you get so distracted, and actually you want to keep that focus in the soul, right? And that you want to have nothing to satisfy you in another way than with the Lord. Right? And then you get so distracted and on that Facebook, and you think, wow. And yesterday we were talking about we have to start something new, right? Or maybe we can. I thought maybe go back to the books also. Maybe very what on your website is safe, and your podcast is important. But this roaming on Facebook.
It's very easy to get lost.
Yeah.
Not only on Facebook, but on Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube. So many channels of distraction.
I used to struggle a lot with boiling water.
Huh?
I used to struggle a lot with being distracted by things like boiling water or sizzling food, because there's so many bubbles and so much sizzling that it would break my mind for 10 or 15 minutes at a time. And I would just stare and stare and stare.
Okay, let's
I read something very nice. It's to be satisfied with the Lord alone. To be satisfied that and that to distract the senses, the intellect, all the time to go into the soul, to bring that back into the soul. I thought that was helpful because it's so flickering around you, the whole, so distracting.
Kala, Kalir, Balina, India, Vaidirar, Varga. There's this Prabodha, I think it's Prabodhananda Saraswati. Srila Gurudev liked this verse saying that, alas, alas, it is the age of Kali and the senses are so strong, and there are so many thorns on the path of bhakti. But, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come, by his mercy we can cross over all these things. Something like that. Kala, Kalir, Balina, Indriya. The Indriya, the senses. Indriya, Vairi, Varga.
And to withdraw, actually, to bring it in the soul, and I think that's maybe also necessary on the podcast, what you're doing now regularly, to explain the soul. Like, what is the soul? What can we, of course, the relationship with the Lord is also sort of foreign for a lot of people in the material world, but the soul and the relationship, that brings everything.
So let's see if I can find this verse. No, not right now. Anyhow.
What are you looking for?
Looking for this
Prabodhananda's verse.
Prabodhananda Saraswati. I'll find it later. Okay, we'll continue. So seeing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's intimate dealings with Sri Ramananda Rai, all the devotees there were astonished. Rai kohe tomar agya raja ke kohilo, tomar ichai najamur vishoy chadailo. Ramananda Rai said, I duly informed King Prataparudra of your order for me to retire from service. By your grace, the king was pleased to relieve me of these material activities. Amikohi amahoite nahoe vishoe chaitanya chananedaha jadiagyahoe. I said, Your Majesty, I am now not willing to engage in political activities. I desire only to stay at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Kindly give me permission. Tomar nam shunira janandita hoilo, asana hoite uttimode alingana koilo. When I submitted this proposal, the king immediately became very pleased upon hearing your name. Indeed, he instantly arose from his throne and embraced me. Tomar nam shuni hoilo mahaprema vesh, my dear Lord, as soon as the king heard your holy name, he was immediately overwhelmed by great ecstatic love. Catching my hand, he displayed all the symptoms of love. Tomar je vartan tumi kause vartan, nischinta hoya bhaja chaitanya charan. As soon as he heard my petition, he immediately granted me a pension without reductions. Thus the king granted me a full salary as a pension and requested me to engage without anxiety in the service of your lotus feet. Ami chada jogjanahi tardara shane, tade je bhajita safal jivane. Then Maharaj Prataparudra very humbly said, I am most fallen and abominable, and I am unfit to receive an interview with the Lord. One's life is successful if one engages in his service. Padam kripaluteho bhajanjanandan konjan me modeyavasya dibendarashan. The king then said, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda. He is very merciful, and I hope that in a future birth he will allow me an interview. Just so perfect, the king's mood, He's not envious, first of all. Why he's seeing you and he's not seeing me. And he's jumping at the opportunity to render some service to Mahaprabhu, indirectly render some service to Mahaprabhu. Because Mahaprabhu wants the association of Ramananda. So he's facilitating that by giving him a full, generous pension. It is das anu das, he's serving the servant of the Lord, which is evidence of real devotion. And then he's very humbly accepting his own position as being most fallen, that he is not able to get that. Yet I am ready to wait, however many lifetimes it may be necessary. It's so perfect, his mood. No, there's no complaints. There's no complaint. No complaint that, why are you getting it, not me? No complaint about, why am I being treated like this? Just, he has no complaint, at all. The Lord is perfect. The other devotees are perfect. I am the one who is unfortunate. I am the one who needs to be corrected. For one who's really in the mood of, real devotion, has that mood, there is no complaints department. Doesn't exist. No. The only complaint goes here, to oneself. And I will wait. I will wait as long as is necessary, like the Ch.Ch bird, to receive his grace when he will be disposed to give his grace to me. Now, this is also the expression of the last verse of Shikshashtakam. The Lord, he may treat me as he likes. He can accept me, he can reject me, he can be indifferent to me, but my position is the same. This is the duty of the devotee, to maintain their adherence to the Lord's will, despite how they may be treated, despite what trouble they may have to face in the course of their service. So the king's mood is so perfect. And another thing I wanted to mention is this, in this exchange with Mahaprabhu, where Mahaprabhu is, because this is like a leela that goes on for some time between the Lord and Prataparudra. That's another element of it. That we can say Mahaprabhu is like setting this example and teaching this lesson, but it's also facilitating this viraha, this separation in the heart of the king, and in that, what expressions of devotion come from his heart. It's very beautiful and very instructive also. So it is also, we can also see it as a leela of the Lord, creating this separation, intensifying this pain in the heart of his devotee in order to bring out the highest type of devotion. So, it all has its place in the leela. Jetaha premarti dekilo tomate Tareka Primalesh Nahiko Hamate. So now, so Ramananda is coming and representing King Prataparudra, in a very bright way to, try and soften Mahaprabhu's heart. And now Ramananda says, "My Lord, I don't think there is even a fraction of Maharaj Prataparudra's loving ecstasy in me. Prabhu kohe tumi Krishna bhakat pradhan, tomake je priti kore se bhagyavan. Mahaprabhu then said, my dear Ramananda Rai, you are the foremost of all the devotees of Krishna. Therefore, whoever loves you is certainly a very fortunate person. Tomate jeta priti hoilo rajar, e gune Krishna tare koribe angikar. Because the king has shown so much love for you, Lord Krishna will certainly accept him. So, Mahaprabhu is, happily demonstrating this is the real approach, like through my devotees. If you can please my devotee, then I will be pleased. Then you will be accepted. And now this famous verse which Gurudev liked so much and quoted so much from the Adi Purana. Ye me bhakta jana parta na me bhaktascha te jana mad bhakta nam chaye bhaktas te me bhakta tamamata. Krishna speaking to Arjuna. Those who are my direct devotees are actually not my devotees. But those who are the devotees of my servant are factually my devotees. And now we have another quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam, spoken by Krishna, answering questions from Uddhava. Adara paricharya yam sarvanger abhivandanam madbhakta puja abhyadika. Oh, this is a famous quote. Madbhakta puja abhyadika. The worship of my devotee, the Lord is saying, is superior to my worship. Sarva bhuteshu manmati mad artesh vanga cheshta cha vachasha mad gunedanam mayarpanam cha manasa sarva kama vivarjanam. My devotees take great care and respect in rendering me service. They offer obeisances to me with all their bodily limbs. They worship other devotees and find all living entities related to me. For me, they engage the entire energy of their bodies. They engage the power of speech in the glorification of my qualities and form. They also dedicate their minds unto me and try to give up all kinds of material desires. Thus my devotees are characterized. Okay, well this translation is not so clear, but this one line is, I think that's the main point here in this quote, and which, is quoted by Srila Sridhar Maharaj on several occasions, that worship of my devotee is superior to my own worship. Mad bhakta puja abhyadika. And now we have another well-known verse which is expressing the same thing, spoken by Lord Shiva to Parvati. Aradhananam sarvesham Vishnu aradhanam param tasmat parataram devi tadiyanam samarchanam. My dear Devi, although the Vedas recommend worship of demigods, the worship of Lord Vishnu is topmost. However, above the worship of Lord Vishnu is the service of the Vaishnavas. So, Aradhananam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhanam Param. And we've heard that, Gurudev would describe how, Durga or Parvati, she asked Lord Shiva, what is the highest kind of worship? And Shiva tells her first, Aradhananam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhanam Param. Out of all kinds of Aradhana, all kinds of worship, the worship of Vishnu is Param, is supreme. And then Parvati's face fell a little bit because she thought, I'm not worshiping Vishnu, I'm worshiping you. So I'm not doing the highest kind of worship. But then in the next line, Lord Shiva says, Tasmat parataram devi tadiyanam samarchanam. However, even higher than the worship of Vishnu is the worship of the devotees of Vishnu, of the Vaishnavas. So then Parvati was happy. Because who is Lord Shiva? He is that line is so hard to say. Vaishnavananam yata shambhu. He is the best of all the Vaishnavas. Now we have another quotation from Bhagavatam, spoken by Vidura. Durapa hyalpa tapasa seva vaikunta vartmasu yachopa giyate nityam deva devo janardana. Those whose austerity is meager can hardly obtain the service of the pure devotees, progressing on the path back to the kingdom of Godhead, the Vaikunthas. So in other words, it's not easy to get the service of a pure devotee. Pure devotees engage 100% in glorifying the Supreme Lord, who is the Lord of the demigods and the controller of all living entities. Puri Bharati Gosai Swarup Nityananda Jagadananda Mukundadi Jata Bhakta Vrinda. Paramananda Puri, Brahmananda Bharati, Gosai, Sarup Damodar Gosai, Lord Nityananda, Jagadananda, Mukunda, and others were present before the Lord at that time. Chadi Gosai Koiro Rai Charana Bandhan, Jata Jogja Sabhakter Korilo Milan. Ramananda Rai therefore offered his obeisances to all the Lord's devotees, in particular to the 4 spiritual masters. The 4 Gosais, means the 4 Goswamis, which is meaning, these are like the, more senior devotees in Mahaprabhu's group. Paramananda Puri, Brahmananda Bharati, Srup Damodar, and Nityananda Prabhu. Then thus Ramananda Rai suitably met all the devotees. Prabhu ko he Rai dekile kamal nayan Rai ko he bejai pabodadashan. Mahaprabhu then asked Ramananda Rai, have you already visited the temple of the lotus-eyed Lord Jagannath? Ramananda Rai replied, I shall now visit the temple. That Mahaprabhu, he actually refers to Jagannath as the lotus-eyed one. He doesn't say Lord Jagannath, he just says, oh Rai, have you seen the lotus-eyed one? He's showing this mood of deep love. He's always thinking of the Lord in that mood of a devotee, in a very intimate way. Oh, have you seen the lotus-eyed one, my beautiful, loving Lord? And Ramananda confesses, oh no, I haven't been there yet, Because naturally he wants to go straight to see Mahaprabhu. But Mahaprabhu's in the mood of a devotee, so he's not, completely understanding of that. Why would you come to see me first? Prabhu ko he Rai tumi ki kaya korile Ishware na deki kene age taile. Mahaprabhu replied, what have you done, my dear Rai? Why did you not first see Lord Jagannath and then come here? Why have you come here first? Rai ko he charanrat hridoy sadati Jahaloya jai taha jai jivarati. Ramananda replied, the legs are like the chariot, and the heart is like the charioteer. Wherever the heart takes the living entity is obliged to go. Very clever response. I didn't have any say in the matter. My heart took me here. On the chariot of my legs, I had no choice. Amiki koribo mana ihaloya hailo Jagannatha darashane vichana koilo. Ramananda Rai continued, what shall I do? My mind has brought me here. I could not consider going first to Lord Jagannath's temple. See, this is perfectly expressing the difference between Vidhi Marg and Raga Marg. And when you make the transition to Raga Marg, when you can't help it, You know, not that you'll deliberately think, oh, now I don't need to follow the rules and regulations anymore. I'm on a higher platform. That will never come, that mood. But it will be that I couldn't do anything else. I couldn't help myself, you know. I had to my heart was drawn irresistibly to this other duty, to this other expression of service. So I couldn't help myself. I wasn't able to follow all the strictures of the Vedas. You know? And there's this other occasion when Prataparuja is on a rooftop. Maybe we already passed by that, and we'll just go a little bit more because we started late. Prataparuja is on a rooftop. And there's 200 devotees arriving from Navadvip. They're headed by Advaita Acharya. And they're all like, just imagine like how effulgent they all are. Like 200 pure devotees, you know. But Prataparuja is puzzled. He's on the roof with Sarvabhauma, and he's puzzled because he sees that normally there's so many rules connected with pilgrimage to holy places. You're meant to shave, you're meant to take bath in the river or the ocean, you're meant to be fasting, and of course the first thing you'll do is go and pay dandavat to the Lord, to Jagannath. And so the king observes all these devotees come, and they don't go to bathe first or shave. They don't go to see Lord Jagannath. They go directly to Mahaprabhu. And not only that, but then Mahaprabhu has somebody sent out ahead with some bags of prasadam. So they're not fasting either. They're going to have like some opulent. He sees someone going like to carry some big bundles of prasadam for them. So he's totally bewildered, and he asks Sarvabhauma, like, what is this? And not in a critical mood, just very puzzled. And I've never seen this before. And then Sarvabhauma explains, there were two types of devotion. There's devotion in Vidhi Marg, the line of rules and regulations, and there's devotion in Raga Marg, the line of natural attachment. And when one is in that mood of natural attachment, then they cross over all of the general rulings of the scriptures. Like that. So, it will be irresistible. It will be irresistible. That is when one will know. Prabhu kohe shigragiya koro darashan aiche gor jai koro kutumba milam. Mahaprabhu advised, immediately go to Lord Jagannath's temple to see the Lord. Then go home and meet your family members. Prabhu agya payadai cholila dada shane raya prema bhakti diti buje konjane. Having received Mahaprabhu's permission, Ramananda Rai hastily went to the temple of Lord Jagannath. Who can understand the devotion of Ramananda Rai? Okay, well, I think that's a good place to stop for today. Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai Shri Krishna's Kavi Rich Jai. Is it your turn to chant, Didi? Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudana. Didi Dhali Gopinata Madana Mohan. Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhattara Gunatha. Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasara Gunatha. Echai Gosai Koli Charana Vandana. Raha Vite Vignana Shabisha Puran. Echai Gosai Jai Muitananda. Ansabada Padarinu Moda Panchaglas. Kajara Charana Sebi Bhakta Sanebhat. Janame Mohe Abhilash. Echai Gosai Jabe Braje Koino Bhat. Shri Radha Krishna Nitya Leela Kodila Prakash. Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Madhyaman. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Kodiyasa. Harinam Sankirtana Kore Narottamada. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jai.